we have two examples in our recent history of reconstruction. One is the reconstruction by Solidaire after the war, and another is the reconstruction of the southern suburb by an institution that's called WAD. It was set up by Hezbollah and other groups in the area after the war of 2006. So two examples, both with serious problems, and both on the two sides of the spectrum. With Solidaire, you had the tabula rasa. The reason invoked at the time was that there was so many difficult entanglements, ownership entanglements, and the city needed larger streets, and the old city was very difficult to handle even before the war. And the proof is that the city center moved towards Hamra in the 50s and 60s and so on. So tabula rasa, no participation, and a city like a heart of the city with no heart. Certain monuments were kept, mostly the religious ones, because you cannot touch the religious institutions, and a totally gentrified center. It's like a model at scale, like a city like a model at city scale, right? It's all clean, neat, too clean. And on the other hand, reconstruction in 2006, where people wanted their apartment to be, although the whole area was, some of part of Beirut at the time in the southern suburbs was completely razed to the ground by Israeli bombings and so on. So instead of using this opportunity to create a better neighborhood with more green space, with shared parkings under the buildings, maybe with better designs or layouts or urbanism, urban schemes, the argument was we'll rebuild it as it was. Even if the as it was is not good, it doesn't matter. It had to be rebuilt as it was, and therefore we did the same mistakes. People who were in charge of this project, rebuilding project, gave the owners of these apartments, or people who rented in these apartment buildings, they gave them the same thing, but with maybe sometimes new material, a more posh facade, and so on. But there was no attempt at using that sad, tragic opportunity to have a better scheme for the public good. So in our country, what we call public good is the addition of individual good. So if you please individuals, you're considered to have succeeded. But if you try to do something for the community that may not please individuals as individuals, but please them as a community, you don't succeed. And I can say it because I was mayor in my village, where I tried to do more public things than individual services. And I know that there are people who are unhappy because what they expect is a personal action, right? We voted for you so that we get our own individual benefit. But if you work on something that is common and public, it belongs to no one. We do have this certainly problem and issue in our community, in our country. We succeed as individuals, we fail as groups.